It's my pleasure this morning to be able to share with you our 2019 annual report, which were published early this month. And I'm also happy to report that for 2019, our audit financial statements that we received an unqualified opinion that OMSSA statements met and followed all aspects of the accounting standards that apply to our association, and that our statements represent fairly, including the position for at the end of 2019. So really good news, and happy to share that with you. And I want to take this opportunity to share some highlights of the Treasurer's report. We spent the last number of years really getting OMSSA into a strong financial position to ensure that our financial house was in order and that we had a strong foundation. And in 2019 was no exception. OMSSA continued on a path towards greater financial strength and sustainability for the association, with a focus, really what I would say with a sole focus on improving and increasing value to our members. And we're fortunate. We began 2019 with a very strong financial position. And I'm pleased to report that at the end of 2019, we achieved a surplus of net assets of $643,926, representing an increase of just under $101,000 over the previous year. And I'll say that this is due to a number of factors, but mainly due to staffing changes and OMSSA taking that opportunity to work with those changes. And also for us to have higher than expected attendance at not just our conferences and forums, but also with respect to the training revenue. And that was really good for us to see as a board, to see an increase in our conference revenue over the previous year, our training revenue and forum revenue. And so we're quite pleased with that. It certainly helped us get us to the position that we ended up in 2019. So with that, we certainly closed the year with a stronger than forecasted financial position. 2019 also marked our final year as part of a 3-year plan to invest in membership services, as well as rebuild our reserves. And so building on our previous efforts of strengthening our financial controls, ensuring that we have sound budgeting process in place, that our revenue forecasting and cost management process were in place. In 2019, OMSSA developed and adopted a new financial reserve policy. So with this policy, it's designed to ensure that we do have a very strong management of any operational surpluses, and that within that management, that we have the flexibility to access the appropriate reserves to sustain our operating expenses in the face of potential financial challenges, as we know all too well here now in 2020. So together, these efforts have allowed us to build a real solid financial foundation to support our members in the current climate of change. And also want to say that being able to end our 2019 year with more than $643,000, OMSSA really is in a strong position to continue to invest in member services throughout 2020, while ensuring that we have a strong and healthy level of reserves to ensure that we have the cash flow necessary, that should there be fluctuations in our operations, to ensure that we can avoid short-term borrowing, and also to provide for our lease commitments and other potential liabilities or revenue fluctuations that we might find moving forward. We're not going to lose sight of what has brought us here, so the success that we've had the last couple of years. In fact, we're going to continue to really focus on strengthening the sustainability of the association. So that means we are going to continue to pay close attention to our costs. We're going to continue to invest in digitization and diversifying our revenue streams so that we can continue to support and serve our members well into the future. And, by diversifying our revenue stream, I think it's very critical, in particular given the financial challenges that our municipalities and DSEBs are facing now in the COVID-19 pandemic. So with that, I want to say thank you, and I'm very happy to take any questions that you might have with respect to the 2019 Treasurer's Report.